There's nowhere on earth like Bangkok, one of Asia's truly cosmopolitan cities in all its shimmering, sweltering glory. And for the very first time, the Thai capital plays host to badminton's flagship team event. Welcome to the Total BWF Thomas and Uber Cup 2018. There are the competing nations, and this is where we are, right in the heart of Asia, the capital of Thailand, for a week of magnificent team badminton. This is day 3, so one more group stage day to go after this. The quarterfinals are on Thursday, the semis on Friday, and then the showpiece finals, the Uber Cup on Saturday, and the following day, the Thomas Cup will be decided. Here's our schedule for Court 2, and we kick off with the reigning Thomas Cup champions, Denmark. They take on the Russians, and they're badly in need of a win. And then we watch the women in the Uber Cup, Korea against the Danes. And our final offering of the day at 7 local time, China, big favourites to land the men's event, against India. Here's how the Group D table stands. Malaysia and Denmark are top of the shop after both won on the opening day. Russia and Algeria are the two sides playing catch-up, and neither of those teams has yet won a single match. Well, here's what we have for you coming up today. We start with the world number 1 himself, Viktor AXELSEN, all 6'4" of him, taking on 32-year-old Vladimir MALKOV, twice a Russian Open champion. Then we've a chance to see one of the best doubles pairings on the planet, Kolding and Pedersen, but Ivanov and Sozanov are ranked inside the top 10 themselves. Hans Christian Vittinghus is next up for the Danes against a player 8 years his junior in Sergei Sirant. More doubles to follow that. World number 9 pairing Astrup and Rasmussen, expected to be a little too much for Dremin and Grashev, but then you never know. And our finale sees Jan Jorgensen, another member of the 30-plus club, take on Rodion Alimov, who made his international debut as a teenager. We're at the Impact Arena in the northern suburbs of Bangkok, around about 40 kilometres from the city's central business district. It is a massive complex here. We've got an arena, convention centre, exhibition halls. It's actually the second largest exhibition and convention venue in Asia. And the badminton arena here at the Impact can seat some 12,000 fans. They actually expanded it and renamed it a couple of decades ago. They also have music concerts here, and they hosted the Miss Universe in 2005. It's the beauty of badminton on show today, and the reigning Thomas Cup champions Denmark, who are always a crowd-pleasing nation to watch, with the likes of Axelsen and others. Their victory 2 years ago, the first time that they had taken this famous trophy. One of only 5 nations, in fact, to have ever won it. Indonesia have won 13 titles, China 9, although they only began competing in the early 80s. Malaysia have 5 victories, and Japan and Denmark 1 each. In fact, Denmark, the only country to have competed in every single Thomas Cup since we started way back in 1949. This is the 30th edition this year. It's been held every 2 years since 1982. We've experimented with all kinds of different formats. Now we have a 16-team event, 4 groups of 4. The top 2 teams in each group will go through to the quarter-finals. And just to let you know, we will play all the matches in every group stage tie, because if teams finish level on points after the group stage, then the number of matches won, games won, even points won are taken into consideration. And the other reason we do that is to give some of the lesser lights, we've got the likes of Algeria and Mauritius here, make sure that they have full exposure and full playing experience. This is actually the first time the event's been in Southeast Asia since the tournament in Malaysia back in 2010. I'm going to say so far, it's run like clockwork. Might be surprised to learn that Bangkok's actually the world's most popular tourist destination. 21 million visitors came here last year. That's even more than London. And 1 million pass through the main international airport every single day. And there is the world champion.
Russia, represented by Vladimir MALKOV.
And his Russian opponent just coming into view there. So the two gladiators making their way towards court number 2. It would be a massive shock if somehow the Russians were 3-love to Axelsen in the head-to-heads, most recently last year, where he won in straight games for the loss of just 18 points. Got a job on his hands, to say the least. Vladimir Malkov this morning, just gone 9 o'clock local time. 6'4" Viktor, #1 in the world, the current world champion. Amazing to think it's now 8 years since he won the World Juniors, and he's already added the Malaysian Masters to his CV, which he won in January. Born in Odense. And you see he wasted no time in dispensing with Yusuf Sabri Medel for the loss of just 12 points in 16 minutes in the victory against Algeria. As for Vladimir Malkov, he's ranked 51. That best of 41 was 3 years ago. He won the Russian Open way back in 2009. He lost in the final twice in that event, including last year. He has won 8 international events, but none since 2015, and he was defeated by Lee Chong Wei in their opening match against Malaysia. Just won 15 points in that contest, which lasted less than half an hour, as you can see. Our chair umpire is Christoph Osebold from Germany, and he'll be assisted today by the service judge Ivo Kassel from Switzerland. That little piece of equipment in front of Kassel enables him to spot any service fault. The new regulations, the experimental regulations in play, you have to serve below 1.15 meters, otherwise you'll be called for a service fault. Denmark weakened this year without Mogensen, who such a big part of their successful side 2 years ago. He's ill, but they are still,
ladies and gentlemen,
confident they've got a good shot at
right,
retaining their title.
Represented by Vladimir Malkov. And on my left, Denmark, represented by Viktor AXELSEN. Russia to serve. Love all. Play.
So here we go then. First action on day 3.
Service over. 1-love.
Straight away, Axelsen right in the groove.
Too low.
Didn't seem to have a problem with an early start. That was very good judgment. Well, that should give the Russian a bit of confidence. Really good point from Malkov. Just went for a bit too much of an angle there, the Dane.
2-all.
Very close to the Russian's body, made that difficult to do anything with. A sense there of the fearsome sight of Axelsen when he leaps off the ground. He's probably 9 feet in the air, I would imagine. Another good lead.
4-2.
Great tactical awareness, other than being a brilliant technical player. The way he opened up the court there, Russian just couldn't get across.
So it's over. 3-5.
Malkov, easier said than done obviously, but trying desperately hard to not let Axelsen get off to an absolute fly here, and he's only a point behind at the moment now.
4-5.
Oh, that was delicate. I think Axelsen was slightly back on his heels there. Probably would have got long odds that Malkov would be in front at any stage in this match, but he is. Keeping Axelsen honest here.
7.
And that was in.
5.
Well in too. It's not just the power Axelsen gets, the placement as well. Invariably, opponents have to move, get those jump smashes, and here we go again. It's just technically perfect. Literally take a photo of Axelsen in mid-air, stick it in the badminton coaching manual. Just there. 7-all.
8-7.
That was an open invitation and a gift that Axelsen was never likely to reject. Apology for the net cord, and even if certainly wasn't a disgrace, but he'll go to the chair 4 points adrift of the world champion. Always a danger, complacency can creep in at some point. Wouldn't imagine that'll be the case with Axelsen, but no Dane should be without a pair of those.
– 11-7, play.
There's going to be a challenge here. It was called out, it was close, and Malkov straight away wants Hawkeye to have a look at this. Did it clip any part of the line? It did.
Correction in. Service over, 8-11.
Well, terrific rally, and Axelsen just reasserting himself. Another hand of apology. This reaction's so quick. It may not have been the cleanest winner ever. There's the pour of apology to his opponent. The most fascinating exchanges in this match may well be when both players are at the net like that, just trying to create a cute angle after a cute angle. That time the Russian with the benefit of a net cord, but he was in control of the point anyway. Yes, well played.
10-13.
Not just here to make up the numbers. It's the Malkov statement of intent so far, and he's acquitting himself well against the world champ.
Service over, 14-10.
Well, had half a chance there, Malkov. I think he might have had one eye on his opponent. Just lost concentration on the shot. Good play again from Malkov. Quickly in there for the kill. Using all his experience to stay in touch. He's 32 now, Malkov. That's 8 years Axelsen senior.
It's over 16-12.
And you know when you take on Axelsen, just can't afford errors like that. Hard enough to win a point against this man without encouraging him like that. Just wonderful play. He had the Russian running all over the court there. So just 3 points away now from securing the opening game. Missed it wide.
It's over 13-18.
Oh, complete miscue from the Russian.
19-30.
Has to turn the racket head as he struck the shuttle.
Service over 14-19.
Going to be sick of the sight of an airborne Axelsen at the end of this match. I fancy Malkov. Well, with a minimum of fuss, 21 points to 14 in that opening game, without literally breaking sweat, 14 minutes. This final point rather summed up the opening game. The block only invited the second jump smash, and that was never coming back.
Så tag lidt fart ned for højt frem for du prøver at bibeholde tempoet i duellen.
Hellere bare lige bevæge mig hurtigt, og så
lige nok, og så ligge hele tiden med, hey, hvis jeg ikke kan spille direkte ud, så er det catchen frem, og så ligge et stykke bold. Ja. Så igen. krydset er mest, når han er presset, ikke?
Ja, nemlig bare, hvis jeg spiller nettet, så bare frem, og så lukke det, ikke?
Ja, kommer og vil gerne lave den der tilbage.
Der.
Ja.
Да, это тяжело. Бери паузу, больше делай, только концентрируйся на роге. Не давай, вот зацепишься, с ним будешь.
For 2, 20 seconds. For 2, 20 seconds.
Axelsen's smash placement. Well, the reds are all the unreturned. You can see going predominantly to that forehand side, and most of them don't come back.
Second game, love all. Play.
So Axelsen, one game to the good, gets us underway in game 2 and in comprehensive fashion.
1, love. Two, love. Three, love.
Well, he's just inviting trouble, wafting those up for Axelsen to hammer down. Might have to consider a change of tactics here, Malkov. So that's just meat and drink, really, to the world champion. Clever deception too there. He's on his heels, Malkov, expecting another power play. Axelsen went for subtlety instead.
Six, love.
All of a sudden, the Russian being completely overpowered in this second game.
Eight, love.
Glum faces amongst those Russian coaches. Claudia Mayarova, Viktor Malyatin, those two in charge of the Thomas and Uber Cup teams this week.
9, love.
So Axelsen into double figures, and Malkov not yet on the board in this second game. Well, great defence from Axelsen. And he goes for the interval with an 11-love lead, and the Russian just can't do anything about it at the moment. Had the initiative in this point the whole way through. It's a good get from the Dane twice.
Love. Play. 12 love.
Just understandably a rather shell-shocked, defeatist air at the moment about Malkov's body language. Finally, he's on the board. Mentioned that Axelsen had a bloodless victory in the opening group game against Algeria. I guess the other advantage, it's going to happen again here obviously unless something dramatic happens, is that it's going to be fresh for the business end, the quarterfinals and potentially beyond, as another shot goes whistling past the Russian. He just wants to get off court at the moment. He actually acquitted himself pretty well in the opening game, but he's just been run over in the second. A rare error from the Dane.
2-16. It's over 72.
Straight back in rhythm. And just 4 points away now from cementing the match.
Oh. 18-2.
A little bit tired, that shot, wasn't it, from Malkov? Just looks mentally drained. And playing Axelsen can do that to you.
Over 3-90.
It's been an exhibition, particularly watching him jump smash like that. And he's now got 17 match points. It's long, and in just 25 minutes, Axelsen cements the first match for Denmark. 21-3 in that second game. And Malkov just no match at all for the world number one. 24 minutes the match time. Conceded 12 points in his opening match against Algeria, just 17 today. He's one reason why Denmark have an outstanding chance of retaining their Thomas Cup title.